October 25th, 2022. All the street cats were fed and accounted for, and they all got fresh water. In 2006, when I first started school at the University of Texas in Austin, I think of all the bands that were supposed to be hot shit according to the UT and Austin community back then, the ones that they would play on the college radio station, the ones people would always talk about. Most of them were local bands. Some of them were the Black Angels, Ghostland Observatory, Vampire Weekend, and Bob Schneider was like a local legend. The only one that I really liked was Alkerville River, and I still listen to them. But since I left Austin 12 years ago, I haven't heard anything about any of these bands. Nobody nowhere in any city had ever heard of them. I've never heard them played on the radio or any online radio station as well. But if you said you never heard of these bands in UT Austin at this time, you would have been laughed at, ostracized, ridiculed. What people tell you and what is actually important are two different things. I recently found out about all my family history, a lot of it, from a second cousin who I had never met. I had asked a sibling's husband about a month or so about the same information, and they basically just told me lies that benefit themselves. They couldn't give me answers to simple questions like, how many brothers and sisters did my father have? Where did my father grow up? Apparently he had 3 brothers and 1 sister. My grandmother's maiden name was Keenan, and she married John Joseph Brandt, my grandfather, in the 1940s in Manhattan. My grandmother had 2 sisters, Helen and Patsy, and 2 brothers, Joe and Billy. Apparently, my father grew up in Florida and not New York. He was a liar. Mary's father, my great-grandfather, was born in Ireland in 1895 and immigrated to the United States in the 1920s. My great-grandmother's name was Anna Harrington, born in Ireland around 1900. My father was such a liar, he never told us anything true about his past. He barely spoke to us, and when he did, it was either yelling or verbally assaulting us. People like my father make me hope that there's a hell for people to burn in. Knowledge is power, especially when you have nothing to hide. Criminals hate knowledge. And I recently found out my great-grandfather on my maternal side also came to the United States from the United Kingdom in the late 1800s. My ancestors weren't even in this country during the Civil War. It seems like neither of my great-grandparents had much money, but they both had the same thing in common, moving to the United States to start a family. In an old census, my maternal great-grandfather was listed as a quote-unquote laborer and apparently died on the job due to unsafe working conditions. A lot of this information would have been lost if they didn't fill out the census form. I wonder what these first immigrants from Ireland and Great Britain would have thought of me, their ancestor, now, today. Every day people thank me for feeding the cats, and I do it out of love and camaraderie with these street cats that were pushed out on the street and forced to survive on their own. The street cats are my friend, and they can count on me. I know how they feel. They say people that give the most usually have the least to give. And I suppose I haven't had as much monetary success in the past few years because I put all my energy and money into these street cats. No matter what happens in the rest of my life, nobody can ever say that I didn't make the world a better place. I know how to sacrifice my own sleep, money, and safety for the greater good. My street cats are happy and healthy because they have something to look forward to every day, me. They have a reason to get up every morning, and I suppose that goes both ways. I love them, and they love me. Have a great day, guys. Buy a t-shirt.